Wow, it's me. It's the Invisible Man. Watch my movie. I can't edit for shit. What's poppin'? It's me, Jab, but you can call me Josh. I came back from watching The Invisible Man yesterday. I forgot to make a video about it yesterday. Holy shit, man. That movie's gonna stick with me for the rest of my life. Now, if you don't want spoilers, the first like half of this video won't be spoilers because I'll tell you when the spoilers are gonna come up and that you should get your ass out of here if you haven't seen the movie. But oh wow, it's kind of like how Resident Evil 2 remade the original Resident Evil. It's like that. It has the same concept and the same very general story as the original, but it's a complete retelling of it. It's got completely new everything. Um, I don't want to give away too many spoilers. It's really hard not to right now, even though I will very soon. Uh, it's about this woman whose name is Cecilia. I almost forgot that. And her life is just getting ruined because she's in a relationship with the dark universe version of Elon Musk, and he's really just abusing her. Like he controls everything that she does. But one day she decides to run away basically, and she does, but it's because he's the Elon Musk of that universe. He, of course, has some stuff up his sleeves that may or may not include invisibility. And he just follows her around and just ruins her life. Just it's so if you like movies where there's a character that he's the only one that knows about something and he's going around and telling everyone about that thing, but no one believes him and everyone thinks he's crazy and his life's getting ruined because of it. But then at the end of the movie, everyone finds the proof that that guy's not crazy and his life gets a lot better. If you like those kinds of movies, I know that's oddly specific, but then you're gonna love this one. It's and it has a really satisfying conclusion. A surprisingly satisfying conclusion. I thought it was gonna end on a really sad note. Honestly, there were like two parts of the movie that was so slow paced and I don't know, I felt like the movie was gonna end there, like it's gonna go to black and then suddenly the credits will start rolling. It didn't, it had an extremely satisfying ending at the end, although not all the ties are mixed up. After you leave the movie, you still have to go around and think about is he the one that did it? Or is he not the one that did it? Did he deserve what just happened to him, or did he not? You don't know. You genuinely don't know. You're left after the movie thinking about it. And I love that. Um, so yeah, you should definitely watch this movie if you're a fan of horror, or if you're a fan of classic movies, retellings. It's more of a retelling than a remake. Uh, yeah. Honestly, if you're just a casual moviegoer, you should go see this movie. I think everyone who isn't a child or doesn't have heart problems should go and see this movie because it's incredible. It's definitely, I know we're only in February, but it's definitely one of the best movies overall of 2020, not just horror movies. Throughout the movie, there were only three problems that I had with the movie, which I'll go into the spoiler bit. And there's one more thing that I want to tell you before the spoiler bit, and it's that everyone says that the trailers give away everything about the movie, and it's all just ruined by the trailers. Incorrect. There is so much shit in this movie, so unexpected and crazy. It's, oh, it's, did you hear that? It's insane. Uh, Hell, there's even something in the trailer that they only put in the trailer for the mere purpose of suspense. because it doesn't happen in the movie, and it's one of the most iconic parts of the trailer. It's the part of the trailer that everyone's going around talking about. Did you see that scene where that thing happens? That I shouldn't say. But and then you go into the movie and the scene starts and you're like, "Oh, it's going to happen." And everyone's sitting there not breathing. And then it just doesn't happen. The movie just continues, and I love that. It uses the trailers to its advantage to make the movie more suspenseful. Amazing. So, I'll be heading into spoiler bits now. Get out. Uh, there are only three problems I had with the movie. Like, it's not actually problems, it's more like plot holes. The first one being, you saw it in the trailer, it was in the movie, the scene where she's standing outside and then she's breathing and you can see her breath, and then you saw another breath just from behind her just go. How did that happen? Because if you've seen the movie now, you should know he's not actually invisible. He's just wearing a suit that makes him invisible. So how did his breath come through the suit? Because it's not even like it's fabric or anything. It's covered in cameras. It's hard material, malleable but hard. So how could you see his breath? That's a bit weird. Secondly, it would be very hard to see anything. Like, even though there are cameras everywhere, that thing's skin tight. I don't know how he's going around seeing anything or how people can even hear him that well. Is there a voice modulator inside it? I don't know. And there's something else that I don't. Oh, the scene in the trailer where he's standing on the ladder and she spills paint all over him. Yeah, he just washes that shit off. Just in a sink in the matter of a few seconds, less than a minute, he washes white paint off his black suit completely from a sink. How? Like I get that that he's Elon Musk. He can probably find a way to get paint off a suit, but that's hard to believe. 4 points. I just remembered what was meant to be the third point. That scene where the Invisible Man killed Cecilia's sister and blamed her for it, I don't. It's not possible. Unless the suit gave him superpowers, it's not possible. Because in the scene, I don't know if you noticed, you probably did, but that knife moves at the speed of sound. Like they're sitting at the dinner table and the knife's floating behind him because he's holding it, and then so fast it perfectly slices her neck. Perfect line, and it doesn't even go past the skin. Of course, it hits the vein, but perfect slice across the throat, and then immediately just flies into Cecilia's hand. How did he do that? He didn't do that. That's not possible. Like realistically speaking, that's not possible. But other than that, the movie is honestly perfect. I I thought it was amazing, and the ending when is actually really thought provoking because you don't know whether Adrian was the one that was killing everyone. Because you know that at the end, the final part where the Invisible Man actually dies, it was actually Adrian's brother, and Adrian was kidnapped the whole time somewhere else. But then there was the fact that, like, he said, "Oh, I just wanted to show you a big surprise," which was the same message, surprise, that was sent to Cecilia while she was in the midst of all this crazy shit happening to her. As well as the fact that Adrian's the one that controls everything. He there's no way that his brother was controlling Adrian for his entire relationship with Cecilia and make it seem like Adrian was the abusive one. I don't see that happening. But then again, we literally saw him beaten up and starving and tied up in his basement. I have no idea. And that's up for you to decide. And that's what I love. So this is 10 minutes long. It's getting too long. People are only gonna watch this for like the first 3 minutes. That always happens. 57 seconds. Yeah. Go watch the movie. It's amazing. It's brilliant. I love it. It's classic, instant classic. Goodbye.